Hi. If you're wondering why there's a coconut almond chocolate chip macro bar on the table, it's not because we're sponsored by them.
No, we're not.
But it's because I live off of them.
And she has an addiction. It's all she kind of eats.
But we're not going to talk about them anymore because they didn't give us any money.
It's that camera.
Oh, they're not going to talk about us anymore because they didn't give us any money. Anyway, you were in San Francisco, Yasmine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yasmine.
And then Alycia.
And I was in San Francisco. And can I just say...
was in LA.
Yeah, Alycia was in LA. You were in LA. I was in San Francisco visiting my sister. And I left my antidepressants at home. So I didn't take it last night.
Oh, shit.
Are you okay?
So I feel cocoa crazy for cocoa butter.
Okay.
I kind of just feel like out of it, but I'm still here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like a little
For sure.
disassociated. Well, you know, we're here to support you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go pick some up after this.
Oh, proud
I
of
need
you.
an MD. I need an MD.
I need an MDMA.
My nasal is about to run out of spray, and I need an MD. I would have to say, how are you, Alycia?
Good. My eyes swell up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hung out with some
I was
people.
going to say highs and lows of the weekend. Alicia's eye got really, really
Wait,
thick.
why? What
it actually
happened?
looks really good. You didn't send it to me.
Thank you.
They did tell you not to wear makeup for 10 days, and yet here you
Here
are.
we are.
How dare you expose my urgent care visit? Yeah, they did tell me to not
I
wear
hope your
makeup.
doctor sees this and is like,
It
what
was
the
Care
fuck?
Fast.
Girl, I love Care Fast.
I do too. We're only going to talk about things that aren't sponsoring us this morning. Also, Roses and Thorns of the weekend. A high rose for me was our Hannah Montana impersonator that attended one of our best
was?
friends'
How did I
Christian
forget?
party.
Good.
Our 2000s party.
She was wearing a brunette wig. She was
awful.
at the ripe age of 36 years old.
They found her on Craigslist.
Yeah.
They did
She
find her
said
on
the
Craigslist.
C word.
She did say
She said
the
cunt?
Yeah.
Are we not allowed to say that?
My
We can
thing
say it, I just don't say
is
it.
like, I had to pick up her tip because I wasn't the one paying her, and the tip was $40.
Yeah,
So
where did
I'm
we
like,
go?
how much was she getting paid?
Well,
If the tip was $40.
$40. We went to a liquor store and Josie was like, I left my card at home. And she was like, she doesn't have to say anything. She just gives me those puppy dog eyes, Bambi eyes, I call her. And I take out the $40 and she's like, you look so cunt. Let me take a photo of you because she feels bad that I had to take out the $40.
I forgot we
I
did
didn't
that.
think you were
the
going to
bouncy
be
house.
pressed for $40.
No, I wasn't. Okay, good. I promise you. I know, of course.
This is her coming out.
This is my
financially.
coming out story.
I was like,
Anyway.
do you guys need a moment? Guys, the bouncy house. That was one of my
The
highs.
bouncy house was
That
good.
was so fun.
But you know what's almost as good as a bouncy house?
what?
Is our next guest.
I was going to say go macro
was one of
bars.
my-
but our next, yes. Tell us who it is. Tell us. You tell.
That was one of my highs of the weekend too. I got pizza, found this little New York spot here in LA with
it
our
called?
friend,
Just-
our
let's
next
just
guest.
shout out another
let's just
brand.
give everyone their...
What's it called?
Is this become an ad? It's called Esco's. Is that what it's called?
I honestly, I don't remember what it's called. I just know that it is on La Brea. It has a like a train, a fake subway inside of
Yes.
it, and there's a speakeasy in the back.
Yeah, it's so
during
cute.
the day.
Our next guest, thank you, by the way, for letting me
Anytime.
know where that is because I never
Anytime.
know where I'm at or what time it is. But our next guest who just spoke, he is an actor. He's ridiculously talented.
Yes,
he is a
he is.
musician.
Yep.
His second season of his show drops this week.
Well,
Just-
I don't know if we're allowed to break the fourth wall. It drops today.
You're allowed to break the fourth
Right?
wall.
You are. Please break the
Because
fourth
it,
wall.
it drops today.
Yeah, go
because we're recording this on Tuesday, but this
How
comes out
dare
on
you?
Thursday.
How
First of
dare
all, you
you?
didn't need
And
to
so
tell
it's,
that. You didn't
it's
need to do that.
dropping.
You didn't need
You know
to
what I'm saying? Like,
say
right?
that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We're
Can I break the
recording-
fourth wall?
when
It's
we
dropping
talk,
today.
when we talk to people, we're talking to them in real time. What are you
We're
talking about?
talking
This
in
is
real time,
live.
so it drops today. It's out right
Yay!
now.
And what show is that?
It's Bel-Air. It's
Can you
Bel-Air
just say
season
his
2.
government name, please? Or not his government name, but his...
Olamide
the name-
Sholotan.
the name.
You're still missing names.
I know I'm missing
we
so
haven't
many.
said
There's
his
like
name.
Prince
Can you just
and
say it,
everything.
please?
Okay, sorry. Olly Sholotan
All right, welcome to the table. This
is our guest.
Welcome to the...
and this is already unhinged and we
Hi.
haven't started.
Welcome to the Orange Couch.
Hi, Ollie. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm glad to be here.
We're
What's
so
up with y'all?
grateful to have you here.
We're happy to have
So
you here.
Olly, I've talked to you about this podcast so much. How does it feel to be on it?
You know,
Like before it was a thing, you've heard me talk hours and hours.
because I've heard everything from the planning stages. I've heard, oh, we're about to go record our first episode. I remember I picked you up one time right after you'd finished recording an episode. This is one of the most unhinged things I've ever seen in my life.
And I'm so happy you're here.
Don't you love that this is what we do when I say I'm going to work, Ollie?
Because what happened was it just started and I was sitting here trying to catch up, but I'm here now. I'm good. Let's
And
go.
now you're here.
Okay, so how do we know each other?
So we met Ollie on the competition, famously competition unscripted program that is Family
Celebrity
Feud.
Family
That is
Feud.
Celebrity
Celebrity
Family Feud.
Family
Sorry,
Feud
he
is
wanted
very
to make
important.
it clear that it was
Yeah,
celebrity.
Yeah,
make it
because
clear
you're
that
so important. He would
everyone
never be
here
on
is
regular
celebrity.
Family Feud.
No. Let me explain why. Because regular Family Feud, you win money for yourself. Celebrity Family Feud, you win
get over
money for
yourself.
charities. And
Capitalism
so,
doing
you
know, I
such
just
good
wanted
work.
to express how
Oh, you're
great
such
of
a good person. Yeah.
Yes,
Anyways,
you're such a good
anyways,
person.
Josie,
So
keep
we
talking.
met on Family Feud. We've already spoken about this with your casting. Coco Jones. Are you familiar?
I've heard of her.
Have you heard of-
We see each other from time to
Did
time.
We see
she
each other.
acknowledge
So
you? Okay.
Every so
She was on our show, our program.
Before you, actually.
We
and
adore
we
her,
spoke
yeah.
of how we lost to her severely. First question for you, since that's when we met you, and you were in pants that were low, and there was like a flame on the pants. Remember?
Wow,
they went
you
out.
really remember?
Yeah, you were dressed so well. But what was it? What was your special strength? Did you study before, or was it the outfit that made you
what
so
it
good?
is I'm just really smart. I'm really smart.
What's your sign, Ollie?
And just Aries.
Yeah, I
think
can
I'm an
tell
Aries.
just by that sentence. Go on.
Can you? Okay. So the thing is, I'm just really, really smart and good at things. So
Should I tell them what you told me after you won?
what did I tell you?
Do you not remember? So Ollie kept on coming to talk to our group.
That's what it is. So okay. So Celebrity Family Feud, there is just kind of, and especially in COVID, each team is separated by no man's land in the middle. And every so often in between answers and in between questions that we would get correct and you guys would get wrong, commercial break, whatever, I would walk across just to taunt you because it was really fun.
I did not know this man, so my first impression was to not like you. Because he was bullying me. He was bullying me and he was being
I'm
mean to me.
competitive is what happens.
No, I didn't know you. I just met you and you had the audacity every 5 minutes to come over and say, you guys are really doing bad. But
And yet here we are.
one of my
And yet
now
here we
one
are.
of my
He is a
favorite
guest.
people on the planet. But one of my favorite parts of that day is when you guys had won money for the Lupus Foundation. And I said, oh my gosh, you guys have just won money for the Lupus Foundation. I have lupus.
Please.
And you said, yay.
I'm sorry.
let me
Wait.
explain.
No. Before you say
No.
anything, Alycia said, "I have lupus," and then you reply by saying, "Yay!"
If I'm not mistaken, it wasn't just a yay. It said, yay, that's amazing. So then I
you know
was
what
like,
lupus is? It's an autoimmune disorder, Ollie.
so I was
So
like,
let me explain what had happened. A few things went through my brain at once. A few things.
Okay.
First of all, when I said yay, that's amazing, I'm more so meant that's amazing that we won money for this foundation. That means a lot
not
to
what
me.
you
about
said.
you
But
guys
then
got
also,
it.
second of all, first of all, making it about us.
Got it.
But also, second of all, I think nothing's worse than when someone tells you not great news and you're like, oh my God. Like, are you
Right.
okay?
I hear that. I get that,
Like, oh
though.
my
I
God,
get that.
no. It's like, you don't want to hear
Yes.
that. I'm sure you've gotten
No.
this your whole life. It's like, that's awesome. Dope.
no, but
And
You want to
See-
subvert the narrative.
exactly. You know what?
I'm gonna flip the switch.
I am, as they say, a revolutionary. I
okay,
am.
all right, okay. No, but see, I did tell
I
you that.
love
I
that.
said that was one of the best reactions I've ever got to telling someone I have lupus. And
We
then
had a nice dinner afterwards.
I have a favorite memory of each and every one of you. Yeah, I do. And I think that there's certain. This is such a weird way to explain it, but I think that there's certain moments that sort of feel. You ever have those moments where something's happening and you kind of look to the camera and the invisible camera and you're like, this is
all the time.
You know what I mean?
All the time.
Yes,
And both,
every
but
day.
everything from this is completely unhinged, but also this almost feels magical.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember one evening, you guys were at my place, and I just remember we had gotten to the top of the stairs. Josie, you were like, I'm tired. I don't want to keep walking. And I remember I put you on my back.
Yes.
And,
Oh, that's such
and I
a good-
ran down the hallway. And it's such a tiny moment because in retrospect, I know you hate being touched. You're like, no one touched me.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
you. I didn't know you nearly well enough to have you on my
No,
back running down
no.
the hall.
No.
But there's something about that moment that I remember at the time being like, I feel like I'm gonna look back at this moment and recognize that maybe my life had changed. I don't know why. There was something
Oh my
about that
God.
that I just thought was really, really
That's-
special.
That's so
Um,
cute. And I took pictures and I'm laughing in the
There's
corner.
videos of it, and it's so funny. I think that was a special night. I think those first nights of us going over to your apartment, it just was like evident that like you were going to be in our lives for a really
Yeah.
long time.
Mm.
I remember
how much-
one time you. So I recently I've been working on this this deal. My first big brand deal was with Lexus, and part of it comes this really, really fantastic car. It's a bright red convertible. I'm in love with Lola. Lola's my favorite thing on the planet. And I remember one time you had finished filming. You'd finished recording this podcast, and I had texted you something cryptic like, "It is here. I'm on the way." You were like, "Olly, what are you talking about?" And I remember in the most obnoxious way, I had the top down as you were coming out of work, and you got in. And this was, I think, I had just gotten this car the day before or whatever. Lexus had just given it to me. And we just drove around LA for the afternoon. And we went up to Griffith Park. And part of that, again, goes back to the whole thinking of me a year and a half ago. Because I remember driving this car and being like, if Olly 6 months ago could dream of what Olly now has achieved, he'd be on the floor. For you, I remember this one evening, we were at Alicia's home. There's so many details about this that I don't remember, which worries me, but it was dumb fuck late at night. We were at Alicia's home, and I think you were so...
Were you helping me with car shopping?
No, it wasn't that way. It was like you really wanted to film a TikTok.
I know what night it is. I know what night it is. Wasn't there like Hawaiian food there still?
There was Hawaiian food there. That's what it was. There was Hawaiian food. You really, really wanted to film a TikTok. I think Alycia just wanted to go to bed, and you and I were just like trying to film this TikTok. I don't even remember the details.
We were trying to give Alycia notes on how to make a TikTok because this was before her TikTok era. And she was like trying to do like these chuggy things, and we're like, Alycia, stop it.
That's what it was. We're like, Alycia, what are you
stop
doing?
it. This is like second in
Stop.
This is really embarrassing.
Guys, I don't know how to do this stuff right.
Yeah,
That's mean. I forgot about that night.
It was that's my favorite memory.
You know what? I'm gonna post that TikTok that we made. Do you remember?
I don't even remember what it was. It was really lame.
My favorite. I have so many favorite memories. I think one of my favorite memories is definitely Vegas. Vegas or driving to the beach.
Wasn't invited.
So the context behind the Vegas
Josie,
thing.
You were not invited to Vegas.
You were in Scotland. I was invited to Vegas on just this. It was just a work trip, and it was going to be all weekend. And my manager was like, "Olly, respectfully, I just don't want to babysit you in Vegas for an entire weekend. Like, I'll gladly come if you really, really want me to, but like, don't you have friends?"
The way my manager is the opposite. My manager's like,
your manager would be like, "Oh, that's great. I'll be there with you."
Literally, none of your friends can come. I'm going, and also.
No, but literally, she was like, "Olly, I'd rather just make calls for you. I'd rather work anyway." And so I was like, you know what? I have at least one friend, and so I was like, "Alycia, you're crazy, buddy,
and
pal."
What?
And
I have to think about it. We had the best time of our lives because we acted like old people.
But also I remember walking down the strip with a Fat Tuesday in my hand.
You introduced me to that thing.
It's phenomenal work. I remember seeing Cirque du Soleil and crying because it was so good.
We saw Cirque du Soleil twice.
I'm obsessed with Las Vegas.
You guys are like 75
No,
years
it gets
old.
worse. We went to shows. We literally would go to bed early because we just wanted to hang out.
Yeah, no, I'm an ancient man. What?
Nothing.
Huh.
Those are great things for sharing. Those
my
moments.
favorite memory of Olly.
Oh God.
Well, I have one that changed. I can't say on the pod.
Oh wait.
No, I can't even say to you.
Wait, that's so
but
mean.
It's between Josie and I.
It did change my life.
It's between Josie and I.
It changed
It's
your
okay.
life, and you can't tell me.
Is it the FaceTime call we had that one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because it made my life so much easier. I actually loved. Oh my God, I'm emotional. I loved when you would call in the mornings because it was so nice to have someone in the States be up because I felt lonely sometimes.
Oh, baby.
So it's emotional in that way. But
I'm glad we got to hang out.
And just talking for hours on your couch, like even on the first night, I think Alycia was so uncomfortable with how much we were talking in depth about life and like, yeah. So
I always say that you and I are weirdly similar to the point where it alarms me sometimes. We have the same phone case.
No, you guys,
it's disgusting.
I don't know. Olly and I, we make this joke all the time, but it's so true. Like, I really just found another Josie and then attached myself to him because he will say like the exact same words that Josie has said to me, will have the exact same reactions to things that Josie has said to me. And yeah, I remember that first time that I was super sleepy. I didn't even talk much. You guys mostly spoke to each other, but I don't know if I've shared that with you, but Josie and I got into the car and I was like, that's what I was. I'm Alycia, so I don't talk about feelings, but I'm trying to get better.
She was like, he's that guy.
I never said that, and I will never say that. But that after that first night when we were all like talking on the couch, and you were so kind to us and clothed us, fed us,
and you still have not returned my clothes, Josie.
Oh no,
and I never will. Also, I'm really excited to announce that 3, 2, 1.
We're getting
pregnant.
pregnant. We're pregnant.
We're pregnant. Yay! Dare we say we should just go back to your little origin story? Because do people know that you are not American?
Well,
and that you
Why'd you say it like it was a slur, Josie?
Being
no,
American
because American
is a slur.
is disgusting. Being American is so gross.
I do have crazy news for you. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
I thought you.
So
lived in Nigeria,
I was
born in
born in
I'm
Atlanta.
dead at that.
I grew up in Nigeria until I was like 10, and then I moved to
Understood.
Houston.
See, it was in my head. You were born in Nigeria. You lived there until you were 5. Then you moved to Atlanta, and then you moved to Houston.
I love
So
how
you just
wrote-
made this up
No,
entirely.
no,
So you
I
just
told-
made up an
no,
origin.
I definitely spread fake news. That's
Alycia,
all
Fox
I'm-
is calling.
Yeah, I have to say, I think she told me
I
that.
probably said
Wow,
that,
is
yeah.
this OAN?
Oh wait, so you were born in Hotlanta. So you're an Atlanta-born.
Yes, Gwinnett
Fella.
County Hospital. I haven't been back since I was 6 months.
Whoa.
I actually have, if I'm correct, I've
Into
pressed-
Atlanta?
Yeah, I've pressed in Atlanta in a week, and I'm really excited to go back.
That's
Oh.
amazing.
Wait, so you moved to Nigeria after. What was it like living in Nigeria?
Nigeria was incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of my family is still in Nigeria. My immediate family is in Houston, but my grandparents, cousins, etc., they're in Nigeria, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful country with a lot of culture, a lot of love, and I miss it. Actually, I haven't been back in a while, and I'd love to go back soon.
Yeah.
And then you moved to H-Town, which is famously home of Beyonce, Megan Thee
fact.
Stallion.
Beyonce and I went to the same high school.
no way.
Beyonce
That's my
and
favorite
I
Olly fun fact.
did go to the same performing arts high school.
So you went
So
to
you
the
went
same high school as
Beyonce.
I went to the same high school as Beyonce. Graduated in 2015, and then moved here. Went to UCLA. Graduated in 2019.
Worked at
and
Equinox. Don't
worked
forget
at
that.
Equinox. That's very important. Worked at the very famous rich people gym, Equinox.
Very important part of the story.
It was honestly, it was great. Like those were some of my formative years.
I want to actually touch on this is one of my favorite facts about you is
That
that
he worked at Equinox?
Nor that you got your BFA, right?
BA. I got
You
a BA in
your
musical theater.
I got my BFA. But
She just wanted to say
no,
that.
No, so you got
You're
your
so
you went to
annoying.
UCLA
Yes.
for theater, and
Yeah.
that's just
He's
you and
a
I have
theater
talked.
kid.
I know you and I have talked about it before. There's nothing wrong with theater kids. As
Thank
a
you.
theater kid myself, like, what was it like? Primarily being on the stage before you entered the screen for 4 years.
I think theater training was so cool because it taught me. It taught me sort of the fundamentals of all the acting stuff,
100%,
and it
yeah.
taught me the stamina of doing a show from doing a 2-hour musical, dancing, singing, et cetera, from 7 to 10, and then you rinse and repeat. And I remember when I was at UCLA, the reason why I started working at Equinox was because they would have shifts as early as 4 a.m. And my class schedule was so ridiculous. So I would go to work at 4 a.m., work until like 9, work out until 10:30, go to class at 11, have class from like 11 to 6, then
Yeah.
I'd have dinner, have rehearsal from 7 to 11, and then rinse and repeat. And now being on set just kind of feels easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No,
now when I have to be up
100%
for
because-
5 a.m., it's like, all right, whatever.
Because being on the stage, I feel like also the fundamentals of acting. Because I actually almost auditioned for UCLA, but I didn't. But for at UCLA and a lot of these,
I like that this episode is just us
Become-
bragging. Just
yeah.
brag.
No,
Let's
listen,
do it.
you're a fire sign. I'm a fire sign, and so is Josie. Alycia is just that Pisces over there, but
Struggling.
it's about us. But in theater school, you talk about, and I've noticed this with you on your show, breath work, being on your voice the whole time and being present, and that's something you don't see a lot on TV. And I can confidently say you see that and you see your training.
Yo, thank you.
And
I
it's
appreciate
brilliant
that.
to watch.
Oh my God, that's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me. I genuinely appreciate
No,
that.
I
Thank
mean
you.
it though. Like you could see the acting fundamentals are just ingrained in you, and it's a pleasure to watch you.
Oh, dang, I'm trying to keep it G, but I'm blushing right now.
That is so
At
cute.
school, what shows did you do? Because my sister also famously went to UCLA.
What is this?
And starred in the highest high premium role that is the ensemble in
The tree number 4 in the back.
in the show Spring Awakening. And I remember seeing that
way.
when I was like 13 years old. And I was like, why am I allowed to watch this? Because I just watch people have sex on a stage. So do tell. Did you do Spring Awakening?
I did not do Spring Awakening. I did Pippin. Oh God, I did
You
so
did
many shows.
Pippin?
I did Pippin.
Christ.
it's a great theater.
What?
Great theater. You got
Great
over there.
theater. I did Pippin. I think the biggest thing that I did at UCLA was this show called Spring Sing. So Spring Sing, it's this.
Yes.
Yes.
I loved Spring Sing.
So Spring Sing, it's this huge talent show, and it happens in Poly Pavilion to an audience of like 20,000 people. And I was part of company, and we host it, and it was sort of like an SNL type thing.
Yeah.
We do sketches in between, et cetera, and that was sort of the thing that I was like, yo, I feel like I could do this entertainment thing for real. And that was an incredible experience. And so if you Google Olly Sholotan Spring Sing Company, you will see those old sketches from when I was in
So
college.
listeners, everyone Google
Go to
Olly
YouTube
Sholotan
right now.
Spring
No,
Sing.
but they were actually really good. Like I remember watching my sister participate in all that, and like it was funny shit. Like there was like music videos and like parodies.
Yeah, no, like honestly, really good. Some of the best work that I've done.
Yeah.
Not counting Bel-Air, obviously, but some of the best work I've done.
See, I don't have a sibling that went to UCLA, and I didn't go to UCLA.
Weird.
So I'm sorry that I'm even on this couch with you guys.
Did you not go to the
I'm
same high
actually
school
a
as
college
Beyonce?
dropout, so I'm just gonna walk out the room. But moving from theater and all of the lovely work you did at UCLA, how's it been transitioning like to on screen? Because I feel like it's been pretty quick. Like you went from school. You had your little cameo that got cut from.
Why would you
from
say
All
that?
American.
So let the record show. I've never told this story publicly
Oh,
before,
have
but I'm
you
gonna do
not?
it now.
Wait, wait.
Everyone.
I've never told this story
His
publicly.
publicist sits up. What are you saying?
I've never told this
She
story
actually
publicly.
couldn't look
but
more uninterested.
You're not important.
in 2018, I want to say it was 2018, I got my first ever professional role, right? It was my first ever
Which
professional
isn't
role.
too long ago. That's a huge deal. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to just
no,
say
no,
you
no,
got
it's
cut
fine.
from
I
a
tell
show.
the story. No, it's so fine. So I was so excited for it. You know, it was All American. It was a co-star role. I say like one word. I say one line.
What was the line?
I will never forget this line
Give it to the
for as long
camera.
as I live. It's sorry sis, I walk to and from school through the park every day. To the cops, I'd just be another threat. At least the gangbangers know who I am.
Damn.
The context, you know,
Spoken word. That's-
no, like
that is spoken word.
you know what I'm saying? Like
love that.
it's about police brutality. It's
Yeah.
about you know
There's a lot of depth there.
the dichotomy of being a black man in America. And funny enough, our friend
Yes,
Asia was my scene partner, who I didn't know her at this time. And you know, rolling. The cameras are rolling.
Wait, you worked at Asia?
Yes.
On
You
that?
guys are scene partners.
When did you guys figure this out?
At the seafood
at your
boil.
seafood boil years later. Anyway,
lying.
so
Yes.
I'm not lying.
I'm
and
weak
so
in the knees.
and so, you know, cameras are rolling. I see this huge crane on a camera. It's moving. I notice that everyone on set is looking at me. Asia's standing there with a clipboard asking me for my signature, and I freeze. And you want to know what I say? I'm like,
What did you say?
Sorry, sis. I walked through to do the school.
Oh no.
And that's why they cut
it. was
it.
pitiful. And obviously the director
That's
was
kind of a horrifying position to be
well,
in.
but
as
here's
an
the thing: the
actor.
director was like, "Hey, cut!" You know, came over. Was like, "Yo, look, you know, blah blah blah. You got it." Just director was so nice. I did not deliver. I'm not gonna
You
lie to you.
bombed
I
it.
did not. I bombed
So
that
you fucked up
performance.
your first opportunity.
Fucked up my first opportunity.
Damn, yeah.
But that didn't stop you.
Yeah,
That
because now
did
look
not
at
Because
you.
stop
look
me.
at you now. You're
As
on a
Carlton
huge
as
fucking hit
Bel-Air.
show.
So everything did happen really quickly. I shot that in like November 2018. Graduated May of 2019, and then I got my first movie later that year.
Run, Hide, Fight.
Run, Hide, Fight, which. I'm proud of doing that movie.
Yes, and you're
the
proud of the amazing people you met.
Proud of the amazing
Shout
people
out
I met.
Catherine and Josephine.
Yeah.
Alicia's like his stage mom right now. Like, I'm literally telling you, this is what you should say.
I met Joe on Nate and Gigi.
Oh yes, I knew this. Okay,
But-
okay. Sorry,
but
I'm getting
so-
facts wrong. It's stage mom.
So I did Run, Hide, Fight. That movie went to the Venice Film Festival.
Wow.
Yeah.
A year after I shot it, I went to the Venice Film Festival.
Shut up.
They played my first EP on the red carpet. And then Bella. So it's been a crazy whirlwind,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
That
that's
is crazy.
incredible.
Yeah, craziest thing about them playing my music on the red carpet. I remember my first day of Run, Hide, Fight. It was this scene that I'd come in or whatever, and I just remember being so nervous because the last time I was on camera on a professional
You
sense,
fucked it up
I
and you
fucked
bombed it
up.
horrifically.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have nightmares about it till today. I just remember feeling so nervous and I did fine, but I went home that night and I wrote a song called Fading, and it was about my feeling of imposter syndrome. And in that song, I have the lyrics, something, something, something. Hey, mama, are you proud of me? And then a year
Olly.
later, I'm on the Venice red carpet, and I hear those lyrics, "Hey mama, are you proud of me?" And I remember being in the car on the way to the carpet, and my mom, she was still in Houston, and she had WhatsApped me. She was like, "Hey, we're watching the live stream. I'm so proud of you."
I'm gonna. Olly.
Honestly, crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie, crazy
That's
stuff.
incredible, Olly.
And she is proud of you. So now you go on Bel-Air, and obviously this is a reimagined version of the original, and there are much differences between them than their similarities. But going on a show that is transforming in that way, how did you guys establish like a collective tone and know that you guys were all on the same page?
Dang, I mean, I know in my audition packet it said, "This is not the sitcom. Don't do the sitcom."
Yeah.
And so I think that very much gave me the freedom to just go for it.
Yeah.
And I think that all of us, with the help of our creator Morgan Cooper, we all just kind of knew that we're doing our own thing, and we just leaned on each other and trusted each other, and we created something that is, I don't know, feels different enough that it's almost unrecognizable from the original show.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
But somehow still resonates with people who
100%.
loved the original show.
Yeah.
Which I think is the little margin and like intersection between old stuff and reboots and why people don't like them. But you guys hit right in the spot where people do like
So
Yeah.
I kind of see it as like, as Fresh Prince was, like that is the root of the tree, and what Bel-Air is the tree now. So you guys, so they planted the seed, and you guys are just blossoming and growing
That's
it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that
Thank
way of
you.
thinking about it.
Yeah. You guys have like really created a cultural phenomenon. Like I feel, one of our best friends, Jason, and I, we went to the premiere, and I'll never forget watching the first episode and going, whoa. Like before I even knew you guys, what's funny is now thinking you guys were like all running past our cars. We were like stuffing our faces with Philly cheesesteaks.
That was a crazy premiere. That premiere was absolutely insane.
It was amazing. But and just going, wow, this is different. And we hadn't even seen the rest of the season, right? To see like your beautiful arc, to have like these wonderful conversations about substance abuse and mental health and what it is to be like this multidimensional Black man.
I'm really proud. I have to say, I think Carlton Banks is my proudest accomplishment so far. I'm really, really proud of the work I've done on him.
It's special and it's resonated with people. And like, honestly, just watching the way people react to you, like when I see you, I feel like I've been watching from afar, like as a fan, like it's just so special what you've created. And how has it felt coming out with season 1 and it becoming this cultural moment, having so many eyes on you? And also if we could get into kind of like the madness that ensued after, because you were obviously a fan favorite, right?
Yeah.
People loved you and they adored you, but they also had a lot to say.
What she's hinting at is I got death threats. I got death threats because my version of Carlton is, what happens if we take this kid and really, really delve into the deep real shit on his mental health and how he deals with living in Bel-Air. And so the first thing you asked, first of all, being on a hit TV show is absolutely insane. I will say.
I'm so proud of you.
The other day I was at the Grove and our billboards just went up. And the other day I was at the Grove and I was just walking with a friend, and then I think I had my head down in my phone, and she grabs my arm and I was like, "What is going on?" And I look up and it's just my face on the escalators.
Oh.
And actually, let me show you this picture.
Yeah,
it's
show
insane.
us.
It's actually a little ridiculous. That was just right there.
I love that.
And it's just like
Everywhere.
Olly.
it's crazy. It's absolutely so that's a little bonkers. I think that even being in public, I'm so conscious of the fact that, and like we were just saying, this whole thing happened so quickly that I'm now just so conscious of the fact I'm no longer anonymous in public, which is just kind of a weird thought.
But also as an Aries, you're kind of like,
what's funny is I think I fake it really well. Right, like I think I fake it really, really well, but sometimes.
What do you mean by fake it?
In that, I think I'm really, really good at playing the game of, oh yeah, like hey, what's up, da da da, great to meet you. But like I love being at home. You know what I mean? I'm such a homebody.
You're a homebody.
I'm
Got
such
you.
a homebody. I love my dream day is me sitting at home alone. You know what I mean? With maybe like one or two other people. I just sit in my studio all day. I just sit in my studio and I'm working on music all day. That's, kind of, I think, where I thrive the most. And so being in public sometimes and being in crowds, I'm like, what's happening? And again, I think I do it because that is the job, and it's it's such an incredible gift, right? To have your work resonate with so many people. But that has been such a cool and interesting adjustment. To the death threats.
That transition. That transition.
It was so smooth. Great job. You should really get into hosting.
When I got death threats.
No, because I want you to also not just talk about the death threats, but also talk about the nuance of like the colorism and like people also just saying awful things on Twitter.
It got weird.
Associating you with your character. I think there was like multi-level like fucked upness.
It got weird. It got really weird on a lot of levels. It was everything from why is this African kid playing this role to which I think is I think that's really, really strange, mostly because the police don't really see a distinction between African and African American because everyone's black. Well,
We've had this conversation.
I'm still a nigga in a Mercedes. You know what I mean?
We've had this conversation. The diaspora wars, we need to have an end to it and come together.
You're also not playing a historically American figure. And even if you were, that's another conversation.
Also, I was born in Atlanta. I'm American.
And you are American.
Anyway.
Even though Alycia spread lies that you weren't.
I did.
even though Alycia wants to remove my heritage.
Oh, shut up.
There's a bald eagle on the wall.
You should be grateful she was trying
it's
to
because I
remove
think more highly of you that I was like, he's not American. And you know that I mean that to my core.
Actually, I just found that out. I'm like, I don't know how to feel about you now that you are American. But yes, continue talking about.
People were being like anti-African. People were being colorist. People were being awful and violent.
Xenophobic and racist.
Everything from that to I don't know, it just got really, really weird. I would have grown men in my DMs recording voice notes of like, hey man, I know what you did to Will. If I see you, I swear to God it's on site. And I was like, it's on site. I know what you did to Will. Do you know that that's fake?
Do you know what
like, television is you right now? Like we're friends?
Yeah, like are you aware that that's not a real thing? But again, it's hard for me not to go back to, as an artist, there's nothing more special than making people feel that deeply about something, right? And I don't know. I think it's something that I'm still figuring out how to make sense of in my brain, because at the end of the day, what I think people are dealing with are they feel really, really strong emotions to this face, and they don't know how to reconcile the difference between, you know, the face that they're seeing making them feel these things and the person who that face actually is. Which, I don't know, I gotta say, that's a compliment. You know what I mean? Like, that's hard.
No, Olly, 100%. When they're invested so much into your actions as a fictional character, that they're going on their Twitter fingers or Instagram DMs to tell you, I want you to die. Yeah. Honestly, I'm taking up so much real estate in your fucking mind, babes. Like,
it's kind of dope. So, I don't know. I always say as long as I'm having a good time, I will keep doing this. And right now I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad.
I hope to do this for the rest of my life.
That's still not okay.
Not cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully for second season, people can get it together and understand that you're a lovely person and you're not Carlton.
The unfortunate thing is Carlton is a menace this season too.
I was going to say, can we get into
best of luck? Sure, let's do it.
What is new about this season? What are you looking forward to?
I'm so excited.
What do you think is going to be like unexpected for people to see? Like, what can you tell us? Give us some juice.
First of all, nothing, because Peacock will.
How dare you?
Peacock will knock down my door.
Not even for your favorite people ever.
Actually, y'all really are some of my favorite people.
Yeah, so give us a little tea, just a little.
What I can say is that the Carlton that you grew to love and hate in season 1 is coming back to a 10. I will say something that you can't expect. So Saweetie's in our first episode.
No way.
Yeah, Saweetie shows up in our
You
first
can say
episode.
that?
I can say that because she was in the trailer.
Okay.
And also let the record show she's the best smelling human being
Is that your best
on
friend?
the entire planet.
What does she smell like?
Icy girl.
She smells like I don't
She
know,
smells like
beauty
the Bay and
reincarnate. She
Baccarat.
just
I know what I was just about to say. Don't tell the audience, but I know what she smells
she
like.
smells fantastic. Tatiana Ali,
You know,
who
she's
played
Afro-Latina. Sorry.
She is Afro-Latina.
Sorry.
Fun fact about Alycia: if someone's Afro-Latina, she will say it. It doesn't
Do you
matter.
know that Sweetie is a rival of yours?
What do you mean?
Given that she had received a degree from
UCLA.
No, USC.
No, USC?
Yeah.
She's from SC. She's a Trojan?
She's a
wasn't she a
Trojan.
runner?
Like a
too?
business degree from there.
Okay, I'm making a call right now. I'm cutting her from the episode.
She was at
we
Long
can't do
Beach
that.
and
You
then
don't
she
have that
went
power.
to
I
USC.
don't.
I don't know why I know her academic
don't.
record, but I do.
but that's alarming. But
Eat this.
okay, have fun. Ooh.
So, sweetie, so we're gonna hate Carlton more. Is that?
I think what is great is this season we get to see just more shades to Carlton. You know what I mean? I in this season, as much as Carlton is a menace, there are so many moments of softness with him, so many moments of joy that I think a lot of people missed out on in season 1. And I'm really, really excited for fans to see sort of the full scope of what Carlton has to offer.
You obviously like have been on this like beautiful journey of playing Carlton, and I've like seen how much work you put into him. I want to know, is there something new that you found in Carlton season 2, or what is like a similarity that you think that you have found like formulating this character and spending so much time with him, like as Olly? Does that make sense?
I think that a similarity with me and Carlton is we both hold ourselves to an impossible standard.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Great answer. Great answer, babe.
Yep.
100 points.
I'd say the difference is I think I deal with it a little better. Just a little better. I don't turn to drugs.
Or like punch a hole in the wall like every white frat boy.
Exactly,
Cool. Okay,
exactly. I think I've been to enough therapy that I know how to regulate my emotions a little bit better.
Therapy.
Therapy's incredible.
Yeah.
BetterHelp.com.
We love BetterHelp
Please
here.
sponsor us.
And yeah, I will say that is a similarity, and in a way, playing Carlton has taught me so much about self-love and really, really, I don't know how easy it is to sort of go off the deep end if you don't allow yourself forgiveness, and it's been a really rewarding experience.
How do you do that?
I was gonna say, what does self-love mean to you, like as Olly?
I mean, I will say the place that I hold myself to the highest standard is probably in the studio. And that, I think that's one of those things. It's so easy to go in a cycle of, oh, I hate this song sucks, I'm terrible at this. But and I think I was talking to you about this however many weeks ago, of just I've sort of switched to this way of thinking. There's this interview with Michael Jackson. I promise I'm gonna land. There's this interview with Michael Jackson where someone asks him, oh, how's writing a song for you? And he's like, oh, I get an idea whenever. I almost did a Michael Jackson voice, but I'm not going to.
Pitch up your voice. Do you want to be MJ? Little Olly's coming out.
A song, songs come to me whenever. Sometimes they come to me at 3 a.m. And the interviewer said, what happens if a song comes to you at 3 a.m? Michael's like, I get up immediately and I go write it. And he's like, well, why? Why not wait till morning? He's like, well, Prince might have the same song by then.
Oh, I know it. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's kind of this idea that creative ideas are sort of floating in the ether, right? And at any moment you just have to, and I think Phineas talks about this too. At any moment, your job as a creator, as a creative, whether it's acting, whether it's music, whether it's art, and whatever, is about sort of creating an environment where you can be open to receiving that, and then you let that creativity flow through you. And there's something about that makes me realize, hey, this is larger than me. This isn't about me, and I think that makes me a lot kinder to myself.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But you're not running out of time.
You want to know what's so crazy that you say?
Yeah.
You want to know what's so crazy?
Don't make a Hamilton reference right now. About wait for it, running.
Let him speak.
Why do you run like you're running? No.
Speak out.
When I was like 14, I remember.
Oh, I know this story.
I remember running downstairs this one time in tears, bro. I was crying, and my mom's sitting there. She's like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "Mom, I just saw this movie and it was so good, and now I'm sad." And she was like, "Why? Like, was it a sad movie?" I was like, "No, I was just so upset that I had nothing to do with this movie." You know what I mean?
Olly, I've had this same when I go to the movie theaters.
It would ruin my day.
Oh, I wouldn't sleep for
ruin
days.
my week. If I see a good piece of art that I had nothing to do with, oh my God, I'm trash. And I remember I was 13 and I told my mom it was Inception. She was like, was there a role for you in Inception? No, but that's not the point, Mom. I feel like I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I'm already 13. Like, why am I not, you know what I mean? Which is, again, absolutely insane.
That is a perfect story.
No.
It encapsulates,
that
your
encapsulates
energy.
me.
Yeah.
100%. I also feel like in this industry, there's such a hard timeline that not want to like that this industry puts out for you, like
Yeah.
you, as at least for women as well. Like you have at this rate, you have to win. You have to be nominated for 3 Emmys, if not 3 Oscars by here. Go to Venice twice, and I'm sure as a man too, and specifically as a black man, you have a timeline already written out for you.
And especially because, you know, as a child of immigrants, there is that idea of
the extra pressure.
They swam across the ocean and they left everything out. Like I said, my immediate family is in the United States. My mom and dad, my sister and my brother, they're in the United States. That fact isn't the same for my parents. You know what I mean? Like for my parents, their mom and dad are in Nigeria.
Yep.
Their sisters and their nieces, so much of their family is a 12 to 15 hour flight away.
Yeah.
And
that's a different pressure.
You know what I mean? And
course.
there's something that comes with that of like, I have to be greater than great. Like great doesn't begin to describe what I have to be.
No, 100%.
And none of this pressure is coming from my parents, mind you. Like it's all me. I don't know why I'm doing this
They're
to myself.
lovely and very proud
They're
of you
so
all the
wonderful.
time.
My mom calls me every day and just cries.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
It's very peaceful.
Yeah.
But
What did
did
she
you ever
say?
see that
She
film about the writer of Rent, starring
Yes.
Andrew Garfield?
Yes,
Phenomenal.
yes, yes.
Because he famously was always struggling with feeling like he was running out of time, and that's how he felt writing his last musical. And like he was staying up late like every single night and like was so scared.
Tick, tick, boom.
Ultimately, he did run out of time before the show was able to premiere on Broadway on the first day.
Yeah.
And I think that can light a fire under your ass, but I also am a firm believer in you can't do your best work if you have a limited mentality
100%.
and if you're reaching for something.
Yeah.
Like you need to, like you said, you need to receive it in its presence and not like it's something far away.
And also, I mean, Alycia pointed something out to me recently that I was like, no, I'm not. That I'm very sentimental. I'm a very, very sentimental person.
The fact that no one had told you that before is mind blowing.
Because I'm not sentimental in the way of like, oh, hold on.
It's not conventional,
to,
no.
Yeah, like I'll hold on to knickknacks or whatever.
Because if anything, you're very like militaristic about like material
don't-
things or whatever.
I don't want
yeah.
things.
You're like,
Don't
yeah,
give me
I'm
things.
good. You're like, I
That's
don't need to
how
be
I
at the
am.
function. You don't experience FOMO. We're both
not
like
even
that.
at all. But what it is, I think that I'm sentimental about is, I suppose, my experiences, right? You know, I think back to whenever I have a crazy day on set and I remember while you were in Scotland, there'd be a few days where I'd FaceTime you and you're like, Ollie, why are you awake? And it's like 4 a.m. and I'm sitting in my trailer, you know, and those days where I'm exhausted beyond words. And I just think back to freshman year at UCLA. I was in Dykstra dorm. And I remember my dorm room, what?
Nothing, sorry.
No, I
just
know what you're thinking.
Interesting
I know
title.
what she's
name.
thinking.
It's a name.
Did it live up to its name?
You guys are 12 years
don't.
old. Continue talking. Jesus, suffering.
Continue.
I remember standing on the 8th floor of my dorm building and looking out onto LA and just being so, I don't know, scared and confused of just, I don't know, what's my life going to be like? I have all these huge dreams. I don't know how I'm going to achieve them. And I don't know, that was so little time ago. You know what I mean? I think back to even 2 years ago. Ollie 2 years ago, if you told him everything he would have done by now, absolutely mental.
No, Ollie, I feel the same way. I feel like sometimes I'm like, well, I don't have an agent right now. All my friends have agents and they're on huge TV shows. All my friends are being nominated for things, but then you just have to realize, like, why the hell are you comparing yourself to what everyone else's timeline is? A. B. Viola Davis didn't win anything or didn't do anything until she was 40.
And now she's the Viola Davis.
And
She's
the
the
Viola
Viola
Davis. And also, like, Yasmine a year ago wouldn't even imagine where Yasmine is today.
Yeah.
I'm on a podcast with my best friends and I'm getting to, oh, I'm sorry, baby. And I'm having
them.
an amazing guest and we're creating something that's bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think it's just moments like that. And I'm really proud of you for
Thank you.
acknowledging that about
And
yourself.
I think that goes back to the self-love thing too, right? I think
100%.
an act of self-love for myself is looking at how far I've come. I remember every so often I do this, and it's a little bit self-punishment too. Every so often I'll listen to the first few songs that I ever made.
Which we
And
did.
boy, oh boy, oh boy. All of them, none of them are on the internet anymore, mind you.
I want you to put it on SoundCloud tonight.
Absolutely not.
He had
I
one
will-
that was like experimental and
Oh
just
my!
beats.
They're
Yes,
all
Tame
so,
liked it.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
Tame
But like,
Impala,
they're
Louis the
mixed. No, but not
Child.
even. They're mixed poorly. My writing's super elementary and just kind of garbage. It's lame. It's a little corny. But you know what?
What?
The fact that I can look back at that and have those notes means I'm so much better now. You know what I
well,
mean?
we'll be
Yeah.
the judge.
Well, I
so.
say-
Well, you're never hearing it ever again.
I say it to you all the time. I think something that I admire about you, and obviously like we've learned this because we've been blessed like with your friendship, but something I've personally told you is like your ability to look back and be thankful for things. It's like one of my favorite traits that you have, because you very much like live in a spirit of gratitude. Like, you know, I say
Thank
that
you.
your thankfulness and your gratefulness is like your gospel, and it's very special because I feel like it makes you not only like the kind, compassionate person that you are, but it makes you such a wonderfully present actor. Like when people have such an emotional reaction to you, like when they see you in public, like I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like hovering at your shoulder and just enjoying the interaction. Because, like, and I'm just like, and like it can take as long as they would like, because people feel such like a visceral, deep connection with you because of how amazing you are on
Thank
screen.
you.
And all that
you.
goes to
means a lot.
say, no, and yeah, I mean that, but all that goes to say, we're excited to see season 2.
And we're grateful for having you
Yes, we're so
Oh
grateful
my
for
God!
having you.
Stop! I'm
in
gonna
our
cry.
life and on our pod. And
I'm honestly surprised you said yes.
because you're a dreamer,
What?
because you stand on the top of the 8th floor of your building. By the way, DeMille, the food, or is it DeMille?
DeMille? Oh,
Devere?
Denev.
Denev.
It's all that girls go.
Fuck, I miss the food.
It's so good.
But since you love, what is this stance? I'm gonna go back.
I have no idea.
Since you love standing on the top of 8th floors and putting your dreams out into the world,
Yes.
do you want to put your dreams out into our world and manifest something with us today?
Yes.
What's one thing, one goal that you want for yourself? You want someone you want to work with, someone you want to put it out. Look right in that camera and tell them right now.
Dang, that's crazy. There's so many of them.
What you did.
In my lifetime, I would love to work on a song with Max Martin.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think that Max Martin and Oscar Holter, but Max Martin is just one of the best pop producers and writers of our modern era. Fun fact, I've listened to Blinding Lights by The Weeknd every single day since
Oh my
November
gosh.
2019. Since November 2019, I've listened to that song at least once, maybe twice,
I was
sometimes
just gonna
three
say, not
times.
just once.
Like if I'm on a long run, it will come up
Your
3
Spotify
times.
Wrapped is mad at you.
It's so
It is.
mad. It's like,
It
please,
looks the same.
please.
Okay, well,
Your therapist is
We're
probably
gonna
like,
get those men to you. A sentence
gonna
I've
work
said
with them?
many times. But we love you. We respect
Yes.
you,
I love
and
all
we're
three of
proud
you
of
so
you.
much.
Everybody, go on your Peacock account now to watch season 2 of Bel-Air, starring Olly Sholotan. Have a good day. We love you.
we love you.
We love you.
Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
Hi there. If you're watching this, that means you love Dare We Say. Make sure to like, subscribe, and download all of our episodes on Spotify, Apple Music, SiriusXM, YouTube, Instagram, and OnlyFans. Not yet. Have a good night.
My heart's crushed.
Thank you.